riding around talking. How you guys doing? What's going on? Oh my God. I loved Mask Life.
Yeah.
Loved
and then
it.
and the worst thing you could do to a construction crew would be like, so nice talking to you. Google me. Because then it would drive them fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
I just wanted to stay on the low profile.
Which I think you deserve.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately.
How does she deserve a low profile? She literally worked her whole life to be known as one of the biggest stars in the world. This is literally what she deserves because this is literally what she worked for. But now that it comes with some adverse effects, especially as you get older with people not respecting you because of what you used to do for a living, now you don't want what comes with it? No, this is literally what she deserves because this is literally what she worked for. Let's just be honest here.
You can't get it.
You can't.
You can't. I don't know what world exists where you all of a sudden become anonymous.
I think I'll tell you what world. Not the U.S. The U.S. is, well, of course, there's other countries too. India is out, you know.
Yeah, in most other countries, you wouldn't have to worry about being anonymous. You would have to worry about being beheaded. So when girls choose this line of work and then they try to talk down on Western values, oftentimes they don't understand that the only reason why they're able to do what they're doing with the level of comfort that they have doing what they're doing is because they live in a country with Western values. In other countries, you would have way worse consequences than worrying about being anonymous. Trust me.
Countries, you know, those people that are going to come at you on your social and ask you for my phone number.
Yes.
There's other countries, but the U.S. is definitely consuming more adult content at a toxic level. We have more incels in our country than other countries.
Mm-hmm.
The incels in other countries actually do something about it, and they go and they fight in the war and kill people. I salute that. Like, go and do something, and also they potentially get.
Oh, so they don't do anything. They don't fund your life. They don't fund it so that you can get on podcasts and give you clout so that you can go and talk and shit on them. You know, to be honest, if this is the message that you're sponsoring as an incel, you're funding these types of women to come talk about you in this manner, I agree with the message. This message was sponsored by you. Congratulations, brother. You didn't play yourself. And I've never, ever heard of OnlyFans girl talking positively about the people who fund their lifestyle. The fact that they're able to insult their customers is insane to me. Even when you look at McDonald's, they fund the Olympics because when I go get a McDouble, they want me to not feel bad and act like I'm an Olympian when I'm going to just get a McDouble with cheese. The OnlyFans girls, they don't even want you to feel good about your experience. And guys are still just waiting in line, giving them their wallet. Do you know how far gone you have to be willing to pay for something that is free? Now, I don't think the incel problem is as big as she's saying. I think that she's in an industry where that's what she deals with every day. So these are the type of men that she sees. So obviously her idea of who these men are is going to be a little bit conflated. At the same time, the fact that there are men that are willing to line up to give these women their money for something that is free, only for these women to talk down on you like this almost every chance that they get is absolutely astonishing to me. It is simping on a biblical scale. I don't even know if Jesus can save you from that. Now, if you are a guy that has a physical disability, you're quadriplegic, I understand. You're in a position where this might be something you got to pay. Hey, I get it. If you're a person with a mental disability to the point where you know there's some you might have to fork out a couple dollars, I understand. I'm not saying it's good, but I'm saying I at least understand. But if you're a capable man and you're funding women like this to talk like this about you, that is weakness to a whole nother level, brother. You got to find your balls. Find your balls, brother. This is crazy. She literally just said, go die. She said the only way that you're useful as an incel, as a person who is involuntary celibate, can't get a girl, the only way you could be useful in the world is to go die. She doesn't even want your money. She just wants you to die. That's crazy. And guys will fund these types of women to come on podcasts and spread this message about them. It's wild.
U.S., the incels just stalk girls and ruin people's lives. That's all they do here. I mean, in 2022, the FBI did label incels our greatest terror threat inside the U.S. Incels are the thread of all school shooters and mass shooters, all mass violence, and the biggest common denominator is the obsessive hours they clock daily watching porn.
It's crazy, right?
Hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a guy, man, you know, active.
But you built the gun that's them too, right? Exactly. I mean, you're able to make an empire off of it.
Okay.
Is this being combative? I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I will say this. I get this a lot.
Yeah.
It's my fault. Okay, guess what?
It's your fault.
I fucking love sweets, but I'm not a fat ass, am I?
No.
Because I don't eat sweets every day because I'm not a fucking idiot. And guys will come to me like, it's your fault. You put it out there. I'm like, bro, have a regulator. You watching 4 hours a day, 7 days a week is a fucking problem.
Yep.
You still being a virgin at 28 and not sliding into a real vagina, that's on you, bro.
Right.
99% of the followers on OnlyFans are fucking incels and are virgins.
Really?
Oh, nothing has prepared me for those DMs. Like, nothing.
Look, she is literally disgusted by these guys that are funding her lifestyle. The guys that are making her a multi-millionaire, she is disgusted by them. And it's obvious in the way that she's even talking about them. I think that this is entertaining. And so far, how she's talking about the incels, I agree because the incels sponsor the message.
And this life has prepared me for what I learn in those DMs. And I will ask the same 3 questions. How old were you the first time you watched? Answer's always 10 to 11.
Wow,
Second,
that's crazy.
are you a virgin? Yes. Third, how old are you? Always between 25 and 30.
Really?
And I say to him, bro, your life's fucked.
Yeah.
I had more sex than you'll ever get to have. And you're so proud that you jerk off, that you got to tell everybody, I'm so proud. We had notches in our bedpost.
Brother, this is a woman that is sexually promiscuous, literally doing pornography for a job, talking down on you because you lack sexual discipline as an incel. I don't understand what it would take to get a guy to wake up out of that grip that pornography has on their brain to the point where you're paying for it. You're paying to get closer to a person when you're really not even getting closer to the person. You're just talking to some dude, which is kind of gay to me, that you're exposing your sexual fetishes to some dude that's a part of a management agency that's talking to you like they're Lisa Ann. But either way, this is just so absurd to me that she is allowed to talk to you guys like this as a literal prostitute. You're allowing a literal prostitute to just speak this low of you, and I won't say I damn near, I absolutely agree with her.
We had our belts, you know what I mean? Did you get a third base? Oh, that's a different notch. You know, we were clocking bodies.
Right, yeah.
And proud.
I like how you say we, because now I'm feeling like I was doing it.
You were doing that too.
Yeah, you kidding me?
Now the sense of pride is I jerk off. Why is everybody so afraid they're home alone fucking tugging it?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where is this sense of pride?
Bingo.
Come to me with something like, I had a successful startup. I have a family. I coach Little League. I'm doing something with my life. You bragging to me about masturbating is the lowest form of interaction. And that's what I listen to at every trade show. From 90% of the people would walk up to my face. And this is the internet generation, because years ago they just took a photo and said, I love your movies. Thank you.
Right.
You know, now it's, I just off to you.
Really?
I watch you every day. I've watched you so is 10. I watch and I ask them the same thing. You ever get in a real vagina? By the way, these new bang girls, I think they're the gateway to the initiation to get the black card as an incel.
You think so?
I mean, it's got to be all incel.
To be honest, I agree with her. Sperm count is down 60% within the last 20 years. 60% in men. The average testosterone level for a male has been going down by 1% every year since 1987. What I mean by that is if you're a man that's 25 years old in 2025, you have about 40% less testosterone on average than a man in 1987 that's 25 years old. If that doesn't make you upset, I don't understand where your balls are, brother. Like, guys need to start checking on their health and getting their testosterone levels checked, because there is a level of weakness in masculinity right now that it just has to be profound. The fact that you can sit and stomach a woman that you finance, or any woman that you finance on fans, which is all of them, by the way, all of them talk down on you. None of them uplift you. None of them care about you. And they all talk this way about you. They make fun of you. They mock you. They say you have no pride. They say you have no balls. You have no integrity. And they're absolutely right. So the level of simping is just at a level where it is biblical. It is apocalyptic. It is unsustainable. And until guys find their balls, until guys are starting to check on their health, and by the way, when it comes to that testosterone statistic, from what I know of it, it comes from, number one, plastics in the food, and number two, just obesity in general. One of those things you can control by getting in the gym and staying healthy. But because obesity has been on the rise, testosterone levels have been on the decline. And that's just what I'm seeing. Now, could there be other factors to that? Absolutely. I'm not sure. But control the things you can control, and the fact that men are becoming this weak to the point where we have a literal prostitute on a podcast telling men that they have no pride is monumental in history. This has never been seen in history before.
In line. You think any regular guy wants to slide in after 50 before them? 100? Who's number 275? How good does he feel about himself? This is an incel gang initiation, I think.
I agree.
Do you think
there's a leaderboard going in the dark web right now? Were you inside Bonnie or were you inside Lily? Now there's that girl.
Oh, really? I don't know about the third girl.
The girl that trended on Twitter yesterday, she had her sewn up because she did a 50 guy ass bang. This is where I say porn is becoming disgusting.
Yeah. Okay.
These women are not porn and they're ruining the business. And because of them, we will have a shutdown like we did in 1997 where no new content will be created for at least 6 months. The government will step in and no one will fucking make money. And OnlyFans will be gone too.
Yep, I agree.
Really?
Mark my words.
Because a lot of these ladies are coming from other countries and they're getting, they're not even having work visas. They're in this country doing 100-person gangbangs, which at some point has to be seen as like government. We need to interfere. There needs to be some level of government interference. This has to be a threat to public health at some point.
So in health news, the U.S. now has its first case of super gonorrhea, and experts say the sexually transmitted strain appears to be resistant to 5 classes of antibiotics.
And the fact that there are guys just lining up to be guy 100, brother, you have to have no integrity. You have to have no sense of self in order to sign up for some nonsense like that. And I agree with her. I think they're taking it to a level that's never been seen in history. But I think that this is the natural escalation of a society that just promotes degeneracy. What do you expect? She's talking about guys that started watching pornography when they were 10 and 11 years old. Number one, I think that society better be very happy that these guys are sedated on these types of medicines like pornography and video games. But number two, also think that it's just a consequence of allowing sexual promiscuity all over the place. Like, what do you think is going to happen when kids are going to school and they're seeing WAP on the TV? What do you think young girls are going to want to become when we have a society that uplifts the women who look a certain way? They're going to want to look like those women. And we're not upholding women of integrity anymore. We're upholding strippers and prostitutes. That's what we're upholding as a culture. We're upholding women who hate men as a culture. So, of course, the sexual promiscuity is going to trickle down to the children. You don't control sexual behavior because you want to control adults. You do it because you want to protect children. So what she's talking about right now is just a natural consequence of allowing promiscuity to be just so rampant in society. This is the consequence of it. This is what you get.
And this year, $5,000 on it.
Alrighty, I'm not taking that.
Because this is a problem.
But don't you think then what you're doing on the AI side is almost solving that problem? Because now no girls are being abused, or is it making the problem worse?
It's making the problem worse because now I'm feeding the incel who has no regulator and I have no regulator. So when it's me in the messages, I'm like, fuck you, bro, you're an incel. My AI is going to be welcoming the incel because she wants to make me money while I'm sleeping, which I respect her for doing the legwork. But hey, again, I'm not a fat because I don't eat sweets every day. So if you can't get up, but it is bad. Look, I resisted for like 6 months.
By the way, as soon as I had said, are you the reason for it? You had that food thing right there.
Because everyone asks me this every day.
Much sense.
The guy that's the feverish masturbator who's like, I'm still a virgin, I'm 32, and I just talk to porn stars. I'm like, first of all, you don't talk to porn stars. You talk to the guy that manages the porn star account. Just so you know,
by the way, you all
look up her
like
boyfriend,
like
and that is who you're talking to. FYI, she does not give a fuck about you. It is a vicious cycle, but we are all here to distract others so we can become more successful.
Yeah.
So if you're going to fall into that gap in life, whether it's a gambling addiction, a drinking addiction, a porn addiction, guess what? Somebody like myself is going to capitalize on your weakness because you have it.
I respect you.
And I absolutely agree with her. I agree with her at the end there. Now, when she was talking about wanting to be anonymous and talking about other countries being more liberal when it comes to women like her, I don't agree with her. But when she's talking about the men who are literally financing her, I have to agree with her because that's the message that those men want to be pushed out because that's the message that these guys are sponsoring. They're not even talking about the guys that are promiscuous in society. They don't talk about the men who are walking around sleeping with 10, 13, 14, 20, 25 women in this manner. They're talking about the guys who can't get none in this manner. She literally just said, you should just go die. And I think it's really interesting, and it shows the decline of the Western male. It shows the decline of men in Western society, and it just echoes. But this is a natural consequence of what happens when you allow degeneracy to just be rampant in a society. This is what you get. You get more women leaning into these types of careers. The careers become a little bit more extreme. The guys become a little bit more weaker sexually because the access to it is everywhere. So why would you go up and talk to a girl when you could just get access to it somewhere else? And right now, a woman like Lisa Ann is exploiting the very thing that's going to replace her. I think that the AI is going to replace these ladies eventually. But she's integrating the AI into her chat boxes so that the AI can talk to the guys, and they're just so desperate that they're paying money. You need mental help, brother. This is what they think of you. And if you're okay with that, maybe that's a conversation you need to have with yourself. Maybe you need to look yourself in the mirror and acknowledge your level of weakness to the point where you're just going to fund somebody to talk this way about you. It's crazy. Get your testosterone levels checked. Before I even do my outro, get your testosterone levels checked. Go to Walgreens and get a little test kit. Make sure that you're at a certain level. Go to sleep on time. Stop scrolling on your phone. You don't have sleep apnea, insomnia, or whatever these things are. You just are scrolling. Go to sleep on time. Eat red meat. Stop beating your meat. Work out. We got to do these things. Let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or a L, and give me the HBO special as a Help a Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Do not be a contribution to the pussification of humanity. Till next time.